I wonder if you can use Bath & Body Works products as setting spray. Smells good. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Harley Nouveau, if you did not know, which most likely you don't. And today I have something a little bit different in plan for you. I don't know why I'm using my hands so much. So I'm hoping that the setup is better than the last video, my last makeup video anyway, because I tried to finagle my desk a little bit. You know, this is my second time now using this foundation, and I really do have to say that I love the way it looks on my skin. And that bronzer from my last video, girl. And I did a more light coverage this time, and I'm like, woo! So you might be asking yourself, Harley, why do you look like Shane Dawson right now? Or you might be asking yourself, Harley, why did you make that reference? And I'm gonna tell you, it has occurred to me that I did wear this shirt about 2 videos ago. And while I am poor, I'm definitely not that poor. So, as I'm sure you've noticed, my past 2 makeup videos have been more of a first impressions type video, and I said in those that while I do still use the happily ever / never after concept at the end of them, they're not more traditional reviews, it's just like my first time trying something. That means that they weren't super in-depth. This is gonna be different because this is gonna be an actual review. Also, I figured I would take a second to tell you, I don't know if you can tell how my brows are looking right now, and the shape is a bit wonky. However, in my first impressions video for March, I talked about how this iconic London duo was a happily never after because it just wasn't worth it. And I still think it's not worth it. $40 for an eyebrow product? No, thank you. But, and it's a big but, I will tell you that using a different brush to apply the product, specifically the one I've been using is the Jeffree Star eyebrow brush, of which the name I cannot remember, I just know that it's a JS7, does work a lot better than the applicator that they provide you with. So I have been liking the way that the finish has been looking. With that out of the way, today is going to be a more traditional review, specifically of a product and a brand that you might not have heard of. It might be a little bit more niche because I know I've never heard of the brand. However, if you follow me on Instagram, I've said in a couple of stories, one of my makeup idols is Miss Fame. She's a famous drag queen. She's a famous makeup artist. She's just so amazing. And recently she did a collection with a brand called Sleek Makeup. And here it is. This is the Sleek Makeup x Miss Fame collection. And the insert says the following. This exclusive limited edition collection was curated by drag superstar Miss Fame to inspire makeup junkies to always be bold and express themselves. This collaboration celebrates Sleek and Miss Fame's shared attitude for standing up for what we believe in, hustling hard, and always doing things our own way. Together we believe makeup is a powerful form of self-expression, a creative outlet, and a true addiction. So this collection does look like this on the inside. The packaging is relatively cheap, I'll be honest, but the collection's only $20 and it's an Ulta online exclusive, so I wasn't expecting like fashion, luxury, opulence. Opulence, you own everything. It's about what I expected, but it does come with 5 specific items. If I can find a way to open this, I will show you what they are. I wasn't gonna keep it anyway. So the first item included in this collection is the highlighting palette. There are 5 shades in total. It looks like there are 2 powders and 3 creams. I've never tried a cream highlighter before. And the name of this palette is Distorted Dream. Like the actual component looks like this. It reminds me a bit of the iconic London brow cushion. And the actual highlighters themselves look like this. You can probably tell from looking at it close up which ones are the creams and which ones are the powders. I'm assuming these are the powders and these are the creams. The next item in the collection is the Intense Waterliner. Had that backwards. And it looks like this on the inside. So, typical eyeliner you'd probably find in most makeup brands. Next in the collection we have the Eye Art Precision Liquid Eye Color, which looks like this. So I'm assuming this is just a liquid eyeshadow type of formula, which I also, again, have very little experience using, so that'll be fun. So the last 2 items in this collection are the Lip Shot Gloss Impacts. We have this hot pink color called Do What I Want, and this magenta color called Dress to Kill, which is a song by Sharon Needles. So I am gonna swatch those for you real quick on my hand, just so you see what they look like. For the actual look I'm gonna try out, they're on the box. so you can see in here. There comes suggestions on how to get a specific look, and it gives you some tips. And that way I can see what that looks like, and I can get a good grasp on how the materials work, on how the collection performs, I should say. So for the 5 highlights, they do not have any color names, so I'll just go ahead and swatch them on my hand for you real quick so you can see what they look like. The powdery, it looks like a champagne color. Looks like this, I don't know if you can see it. Alternatively, it looks like that. It's very faint. The other powder is more of a goldish tone. It looks like this on the finger, and it swatches like that on the hand, which shows up way better than the other pink one. And then you have the 3 creams. This one is more of a pearlescent color. Ooh, that is a strange texture. This is like a pearlescent color. So it's right there. I don't know if you can see it at all. There you go. In the middle, this one is like an iridescent blue. Looks like this on the finger. Looks like that on the hand. Woo! And the last one is a green highlight, which I literally have never tried in my life. And that looks like this on my thumb, and it swatches like that. So it's just a slight tint. So those don't look too bad. They're not like blinding, but they're okay. This one looks like this. Ooh, that's very creamy. So I'm excited about using that one. Very good. I think I'm gonna like that. I'm probably not gonna use my hand forever, it's just right now. So that looks like this. It's very pretty. It's like a, I don't even know how to describe this color. Kind of like a bluish green, like a dark aquamarine emeraldy color. It looks like that. It shows up more blue on the camera though, I'm noticing. The Do What I Want lip shot looks like this. It swatches like that, so very hot pink. Jeffree Star would probably love that one. And then the magenta color, which is the Dress to Kill, looks like that. So it's darker. Those 2 lip shots do look like they're gonna be a bit sticky, so I'm interested to see how those perform on the actual lips themselves. Now, aside from the collection, they did send me a free eyeshadow color of my choice that I just ruined because I'm a mess. As I was saying, they did send me a free eyeshadow with this kit. It is a shimmer shadow. I did pick out the color. It's like a very pink tone. Looks like this. You can see my thumbprint where I just messed it up. And it's called Always Right. That color does look like this. Like I said, very shimmery. And it looks like that on the hand. So it's kind of like a blush toned eyeshadow, if that makes any sense. All right, so let's get into the actual look. Now, as a reminder, I am following the directions that came on the package for their suggested look, just to see how that turns out and get a feel on the products. So the first step that they tell you to do is to take the eye art and dab and blend all over your lid to create an electric turquoise base. So let's get right into that. Now I do have hooded eyes, so I am gonna try to blow that out a bit just so it doesn't look so concentrated on my lid only. If that ends up looking wacky, you know, hey, you know, maybe I wanna look wacky. All right, so that is what that is looking like so far. As I've said before, I have like no experience with cream eyeshadows, so if you're thinking it looks weird or crazy, I know, I think so too. I'm not really sure how to use them, I'm just kind of trying it out. I do like the color. I feel like it's very staple drag queen slash hooker color, which, you know, a lot of hookers get their makeup inspiration from drag queens. Am I right, Willem? Am I right? So the next step on this little list of instructions is to take this blue shade from the highlighting palette and just dab onto the center of your lid. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, so dabbing that on the center as it says, because the base is a cream and it is a cream, is really pulling that product up. So, not quite sure how I feel about that, to be honest. I'm gonna try to add a pop of that little color on the inside of my inner corner for some added drama. So the next step on this list says to take the waterliner and add some drama to your eyes. So I'm assuming that just means tight line it, maybe add a little bit of a wing, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna wing it. So let's see how this goes. Well, I don't know if that's what they meant by drama, but that's what I chose to do for drama. So I added a little bit of a wing. I do have to say, for this black liner, I know it's a water liner, I'm loving that. It's super creamy. So that might make this entire collection worth it alone for me. I wonder if they sell that separately. Probably not. So I am gonna replicate that onto the other eye real quick, and then I will be right back to finish up the look and highlight my face and give some final thoughts. So just a second. Okay, so that is the finished eye look using all those different ingredients. So the last step on the list of instructions says to use the lip shots for intensity. I'm gonna see if I can try to combine both of them, because that kind of looks like what is going on in this little picture on the front. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and we're gonna see if it works out. If not, I tried. So that is the lip look. I combined both of the colors to get this lip. It's also the one that seems to be on the front of the packaging. I don't know if you can tell, but this packaging right here. It actually was not too bad. As you can see, there is a little bit of bleeding happening right here. That could also be from my application itself as opposed to the actual product. So I'm gonna put on some mascara and lashes, and then we'll break this down for you. So it did occur to me that I forgot to highlight my face. So while my lashes are drying down, I am gonna go ahead and take this pinkish color right here and highlight real quick. Okay. Kind of liking that. So she's not like from beyond space brightening, but that is not too bad for that little highlighting palette. Okay, I see you, Sleek. All right, so my lashes appear to be dry, so let me pop on some mascara real quick and I will be right back. Insert fancy music here as I pose using my final face. Ooh, luxurious. She's beauty. She's grace. I don't have time to actually do all that mess. So here is the finished look using the Sleek Makeup and Miss Fame collaboration collection. Overall, I was pretty pleased with the way everything turned out, actually. I will say my least favorite item is this liquid eyeshadow, only because I'm not a big fan of liquid eyeshadows in the first place. I feel like they're hard to blend out, they're very messy, they don't really dry down that well, and especially if you're someone like me who has hooded eyes, it can just look really cakey up in there. As far as the color goes though, I really do enjoy it. I feel like this would be a good look, for the eyes anyway, to wear out to the club. And also, when it comes to the highlighting palette, I was not a big fan of the cream shadows. I just feel like It reminds me a lot of kid makeup, if that makes any sense. If you remember those makeup kits that your parents would get you when you're younger, they're all like this weird, creamy consistency. None of them really worked that great. That's how I feel about that for the most part. However, the powder highlighters, I don't know if you can see that, but like, girl, I'm pretty shook. I'm pretty into it. As far as the lip shots go, I actually really like these. The color payout's really nice. They blended together really nicely. They are very creamy, so they can like get around in your crevices a bit. And a downside for sure is that they don't really dry, if you can tell. Blotting will obviously help with the drying part, but they remain very wet and creamy, so this is something that you have to keep in mind if you wear that product. Now for the liner, this is honestly probably my favorite part. I don't know how well it looks to you on screen, but this was so creamy. It went on so smooth. It was just very, very, honestly, high quality product to me for a $20 set. So with that in mind, my review is as follows. For the Intense Waterline Liner, it is a happily ever after for me. My favorite product in this collection. The lip shots are not a product I have a bunch of familiarity with, but these are a happily ever after for me too. I really like the colors. I really like how blendable they were. Blotting it down, I think, would help with the lack of drying and the transfer, is the word I was looking for. So those are happily ever after as well. For the cream eyeshadow, for what it is worth, I do think it is a good product. I am not a fan of cream shadows for the most part, however. So in that regard, this isn't something I would pick out for myself, but overall, I would say this is a happily ever after too. For the highlighter palette, I think that they all look really pretty. It's just, I'm not a fan at all of the consistency of the creams. It's just weird. They're not consistent. They're a bit streaky, and if you mix them with the cream eyeshadow like the packaging says to do, it does lift up that cream underneath. So I would say the powders in that highlighting palette are happily ever after. The creams are a happily never after. Because there are 3 creams and 2 powders, that means I am going to go ahead and give the whole highlighting palette itself a happily never after score. I don't think it's worth picking this up just for the 2 highlighting shades. They're not that big. So for the collection as a whole, I'm going to be honest, I think that I'm going to say it's a happily ever after for sure. $20 for all of that is insane to me, especially with how good it ended up performing. I mean, honestly, I love the eyeliner. I feel like the eyeliner and the lips alone is enough for me to pay 20 bucks for that. So if you have $20 to spend and you want to try out something a little bit different from a brand you might not have heard of, I would say go on to Ulta and pick this bad boy up. Good job, Miss Fame. I really want to try your actual brand out. And good job, Sleek Beauty, for having never heard of you. I gotta say, I was pretty impressed for the most part. Like I said, my problems with the products were more of a personal level than the actual product itself. And I was just pleasantly surprised. I was very impressed. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. I want to thank you again for joining me for this journey, this makeup journey. And, you know, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I would love to see you around. I would love to have you be a part of my Nouveau family. I would love to add your star to the sky that is my life. I'm going to go ahead and get all this taken off because I got to go to bed because I have to get up for work in the morning. But yeah, with that chapter of this story coming to a close, as always, I am Harley Nouveau, and until our stars next align.